Hey guys, Rob Yates here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Today we are going to talk about how to go and do one of arguably the most important things you could ever learn about in the outdoors. When you've got all the prevention and how to stay safe stuff sorted, what we're going to talk about today is the first thing you need to know how to do when the world goes upside down, it goes bad and something happens. So we're going to talk about how to turn this into this. My very own tarp shelter with my daughter, who's always in videos, Caitlin. Caitlin, wave at the camera. There we go. So we've not only have we made a shelter for me, we've also made a house for Caitlin to play in as well. And as you all know, shelter is the #1 priority in any bushcraft or survival situation. So I've been guiding and training guides and coaches in the outdoors for roughly 30 years. In fact, I've trained over 3,500 of these people. And they're all incredible people. But one of the things that I personally have found to be the most beneficial to me is the ability to manipulate high quality tarps into shelters as quickly as humanly possible. You know, it's halfway through the afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock. We're starting to look or find a campsite for the evening. There's a group of us, we've all been canoeing all day long and it's been raining. Everybody's wet, everybody's cold, everybody's a bit shivery. And that ability to go and get to that campsite, light that fire, boil that water, and while that's happening, get a tarp up for other people to get underneath, be it a high-line ridge tarp, a small tent-like tarp, whatever it is, be able to manipulate this to go and get as many people warm and dry underneath it as possible, has saved the day on more occasions than you could ever imagine. So a few things you should be thinking about when you're putting up a tarp. Firstly is, woo, sunshine, how long is the tarp going to need to be up for? Are you going to need to create something like this, which by the way would be amazing for a few nights, or do you need to go and create something different to get a large number of people on? Thinking about what direction the wind and the weather is going to be coming from. With a shelter like this one, I'm obviously going to park the back end towards the wind and towards where the rain is likely to come from. Or do we need something higher where we can get 12 or 15 people up underneath the tarpauling, sheltered from some wind, sheltered for some rain, and also maybe even have a fire underneath it? I've done that on a number of occasions. Anyway, enough chatter. Let's get busy and pop up another configuration of a tarp that I use on a regular basis. So I often use a shelter like this on a nice day when I've got the wind coming on my back maybe. I'll put my backpack or my canoe expedition bag at this end, with a nice fire off to the side here. You can sit here, lie, watch the fire, have a whiskey, stay relatively protected. If it rains in the night, as long as the rain's coming from that way, we're all good and we're all comfy. This is a lovely way of setting up a tarp to sleep under. Let's make something that you and your wife or you and your husband or you and your family can sleep under. Let's have a little play with that quickly, shall we? So there you have it, a nice little shelter that you could get 3, maybe 4 people underneath. Sure, you're going to get some wind and stuff blowing in from the side, but if you've got a bivvy bag with your sleeping bag inside, a shelter above you, this will be a bit right. You could put some brush and some bags down the side here if you want to protect the wind, but certainly you get a whole load of people underneath this at one go. So tarps, there's 1,000,001 different locations that you can put a tarp up in. There's also hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ways that you can put a tarp up. And there is no right or wrong way, because every location, be it my back garden, swimming pool and all, or the forest, the mountains. There is no right way. So it's about understanding some key principles, keeping it tight, keeping it level, keeping the wind and the rain out, thinking about the orientation of your tarp. And those things will allow you to go and have some nice nights out. It's my mission going forwards to spend as many nights underneath the tarp as possible. And why carry a tent when you can carry a tarp that's half the weight? So there's a few thoughts on putting up tarp shelters. This one is made by Ticket to the Moon. That's right. They do quite cool hammocks and stuff like that. I'm not sponsored by them. I just bought it off the internet. But yeah, this one's called By Ticket to the Moon, but there's plenty of good other brands out there, including this one. Go have a try and see what you can come up with, and maybe send me or put on the Facebook group We Get Outdoors Tribe some pictures of you with your tarp, either over a hammock, on the ground, up high with a fire underneath, whatever it is you can find. That's it from me. Go practice your shelter making. I look forward to seeing your results.